Well, I've been scheduling my work lately, my training that I do, and I'm noticing like right now I'm pretty busy, which is great, but I'm doing a lot of work away from home, and it's more convenient for me sometimes to stay in a hotel one night than to drive all the way home through Los Angeles traffic and then drive back and then teach a class and then drive home and then drive back again. It's like 5 hours of driving for 7 hours of training, and that's just too long a day for me. So I've been scheduling myself at hotels near the client site, and it makes it a lot easier, but I'm gone along a lot. And even though my husband's not complaining about it, in me, I can't shake off this feeling of guilt that I'm not spending enough time at home.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not spending enough time at home.
Great one. Okay. So is that true? You're not spending enough time at home with all this travel that you've been doing?
When I'm looking at it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you absolutely know it's true? You're not spending enough time at home.
No, no.
So how do you react? What happens when you believe this? When some part of you is thinking you're not spending enough time at home?
I feel guilty, like I'm abandoning my husband and my dog. and then I switch back and forth to, but they love having they love having time to themselves too. I don't know about the dog, but my husband probably, and he never complains. So I think, oh, Wendy, it's all in your head. And I start looking for ways of re-changing my schedule, but that doesn't work. I ending end up traveling more, and then I'll drive instead of stay at a hotel, and then I'm really tired. and, and so I keep trying to fix it. And I look in the past where I actually look in the past and see the positive of it. When we first met 20 some years ago, I did this. I traveled a lot for work, and we only saw each other a few days a week. And that seemed to work. And now for some reason I've changed in my mind that now that we're old, another worksheet, um, that shouldn't work so well. You know?
Interesting. Yeah. New situation. We're old now. That definitely doesn't
Right?
work.
It shouldn't be working so well. And of course I laugh at that, and then I realize I'm not ready to stop working. I still love what I do. I'm getting healthier and healthier, so I have more energy, and I love it. And so then I have this two-way conversation with myself, the angel and the devil talking about, but you love what you work, and he loves having the time to himself, and but you're not being in the relationship, and you're not doing your part in that. So yeah, and then I see this future of me being home all the time and him asking me, don't you have some work to do on the road?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
real debate starts happening
it
inside.
does. And yet, and it's coming up more and more often. So that's why I wanted to do the work on it, because, I can't logically or peacefully think of any reason why that's even true, but I'm, I work so hard at trying to schedule things so that I'm home more. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, who would you be without this thought that you're not spending enough time at home?
I I'd be loving traveling. I don't mind the drive. That's when I can listen to books and music, and then when I come home I'm really happy to be here, and I don't get tired of being here. And I join my husband. I know he loves having his time alone too. so that when we see each other, it's sweet. We have missed each other, so we like each other.
Mm-hmm.
And well, we always like each other, but we get along really well. But then without the thought, I know that the time away, both of us being very independent people and also liking that time alone, it works for him that I'm gone, that he has a house to himself and no one talking to him.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, without the thought, I'm delighted that I happen to have the kind of work that I can be gone and schedule myself at a hotel, and it's peaceful for me too. I don't have chores, I don't have to do any dishes or laundry or anything. And he does all that on his own too. I don't have to do it, but I mean, there's no dishes or laundry looking at me asking to be done.
Right. You're in a hotel room.
Yeah, and someone else is going to clean that up
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And it's peaceful. I do get a lot of work done, and it makes my work, gives me more energy. I'm not as tired because I haven't driven, 3 hours to get there and 5 hours or 4 hours to get home or whatever. It just depends on the day. And I can go from class to class energized. So there's no downside to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't
It's
that
just
weird?
that,
It's like, you find something that has no downside to it and you have to do the work on it.
yeah, the mind will make up something, and then start feeling guilty. And what it did in this case is it started believing you're not spending enough time at home, and suddenly the
Yeah,
whole thing becomes stressful. The power of a thought, power of
it's
belief.
something. And that part of our mind, it's like, this is too good. You need to look at that.
Right. Don't enjoy this too much.
That's right.
Okay, so how would you turn the thought around? I'm not
Well, I
spending
am
enough time
spending
at
enough.
home.
Yeah, I
You
am
are.
spending
Okay.
enough time at home. In fact, just enough. And I look forward to going home. So after 20 years, we're not tired of each other.
Hmm.
It's still exciting to see him, and he gets excited to show me what he did while I was gone. Because now that he's retired, he's fixing things in the house. And right now, he's out pressure washing the driveway.
I love it.
And he keeps asking me what else to add to his list because he wants a nice long list, right? So that's pretty nice. And
So you are
yeah,
spending enough time at home. Why else is that
just
true?
enough. Yes, that's true. Because and I like my home as well. I'm comfortable in it. It's a cozy, nice little place, and I don't have to do the heavy work. He does everything that I don't do. So there's nothing being undone. Yeah, I
What
do
would
spend enough time at home, and I get bored easily with repetition. So, and every day in my work is different. And if I spend like a week at home, every day is the same, so I get bored.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What was
Yeah,
your biggest proof or I thought that you weren't spending enough time at home when you originally thought this?
when I started getting all these free points on the hotel company. I stay at the same chain of hotels, and they're like, use some of your points. You've got like I could live in there for a month.
So,
It's like, oh, I'm gone a lot.
right. Suddenly, that's a lot. Um,
Yeah.
so how is it possible to still have that many points and still be spending enough time at home? Can the two
Mhm.
coexist?
I could see it as abundance. Just looking at it like I have everything. I have the time I want at home. I have the time I want on the road. I have my privacy, time to myself. My husband is also like me, that we are very introverted, and so that he gets time without me there, which allows him to re-energize. And so I look at that as med- medically, emotionally, and intellectually stimulating and healing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually get energized by spending time alone. It's a,
That's where I get my energy. I
yeah,
mean, even doing the work takes energy, takes effort. It takes effort talking to my dog.
yep,
I
yep,
can, yeah, if I went on one of those shows where you have to live there by yourself for a month and not ever talk to anything, I'd be only a month.
right, right. So it's almost as if you're comparing yourself to people who are more extroverted, and for you, energy comes from being having alone time, and for your husband too. And
Yeah,
so it would be an unfair comparison to think, oh, I'm not spending enough time. It would be not enough time for somebody else, maybe. But in your case,
it's possible I may be spending another one too much time at home. There's a routine.
yeah, maybe I'm spending too much time at home. Just to throw the extremes around and keep looking for balance. How is it possible? Hmm.
It's possible because when I do tell him I'm going to be gone 2 days next week, and then I'm going to be gone the whole week after that. Then I'll be back for 2 weeks, and then I'm gone for 3 weeks. And he goes, "Good."
That might be a clue. He's not begging you to stay. He's not
Never.
disappointed. Yeah, he thinks it's good
No.
and says
And
so.
he's happy to see me when I come home. He never makes me feel like he doesn't want me here.
That's a really great piece of evidence too, because
Yeah.
if he was really kind of, you were getting the sense like he wasn't happy, then you might begin to question, am I really spending enough time at home? But that's not happening from what I'm hearing.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay. I'm not spending enough time at home in me.
Yeah.
Yeah. My work has me working with lots of people all the time. So the time that I spend at home, I do recover from that. But the time I spend alone in a hotel room with not even a phone to bother me is now it's beyond. It's not just recovering, but now it's filling me back up again.
Right.
So
Right.
there's one level of like getting it, getting the energy back or stopping the drain, and then there's the filling me back up. And
That's
I've
interesting.
learned
Hmm.
a lot with the work and over the years that time for myself is not just recovering from time I've given others, but it's time after I've recovered and giving that level of time to myself.
Wow. Wow.
And that's, yeah,
It could even be another version of the way you're going to do the training. Like maybe the day after your 2 days there, you take another day, another night, and use your
I just
points.
I just scheduled that just before our call today. I'm going to be in one city this day. I have something online for a half a day in the middle, and another city near this city the next day. And so I just scheduled myself in a hotel for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's a
interesting.
cool turnaround. Like there's
Yeah.
there's time at home which is great. And there's time with at work, which is great. And then there's time in a hotel, just not at work, not at
Yeah,
home, completely just by yourself, like a little retreat. That,
I'll have the second day, the whole afternoon.
yeah,
I'll go, go for a walk, just, do something for me, or just sit in the hotel room.
just whatever feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not spending enough time with me. That's the turnaround.
Mhm.
And it just points to a living turnaround of something you can actually do, which is schedule more of that time.
Yeah. Like even adding another day at the end of one of my trips.
Right. Especially if you have lots of points added up. Hmm,
Well, that works. Okay.
cool. All right. Any other turnarounds before we go on? I'm not spending enough time at home. Yeah, I'm spending enough time.
Yeah. Mm, away and myself. No, and I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, looks like we
Yeah,
covered
thank
it.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Cool work. Thank you so much.